I have been talking about annuity and compare that with bond and bond letters and mutual fund. I said the best way it's not compare the annuity with the bond nor with the mutual fund. The best way to understand annuity is with Social Security. Okay, because both are the pension plan. One is the biggest pension plan probably in the world, Social Security. It's run by a special government administration. I found the other day I went to a Social Security office in California in Antioch, so I noticed that Social Security Administration is a standalone government agency. It's not belong to anybody. So it shows that how important it is. So this one, this is the biggest social pension run by all the retirees. Anybody works at least 10 years or 40 quarters, which translates to 10 years. So that it's not everybody qualified to get it, okay? But most people do, right? If you stayed unlike me, I left the U.S. for a while, like almost 20 years, and then I came back. But for most people stay in this country all the time, no problem. You can get qualified for 10 years working in this country continuously or together. Disruptive, it doesn't matter. All together, you work 10 years, you're qualified. Okay, so this is the biggest social pension. Remember last time I said that the pension plan is also called defined benefit plan, because they tell you in advance with certainty that how much money you'll be getting each month, each year, right? So now it's rare. The only federal government, maybe some state government employees, they have that. For the private sectors, most people don't do that. So, but like I said, annuity is your personal pension plan. Okay, it acts just like a pension, because you know for sure with certainty that how much money you will get. So that's the thing that make it different from defined contribution plan. Defined contribution, I give you the contribution, I contribute the money to you, but there's no guarantee how much benefit you will get at the end of the day after you leave the employment. Okay, so this is the first thing that I can make these two very similar. Social Security is a social pension, and annuity is a private sector social pensions. It's a personal pension plan. Okay. The second thing that the Social Security and the annuity, actually, I need to qualify, specify, clarify that the annuity that I'm talking about is the life-only annuity. Typically single premium and immediate and life only. There's the three things. Single premium, meaning that you, instead of open the water, tap water, let the water fill up the bathtub continuously, you draw the truck of a water tank. You pour the water tank into your bathtub, and then so that's a single premium. And then the next thing is immediate, meaning that your payment, your money, once, because you put enough money in it, so you can get the payment, you can get the payout right away. Okay, so that's the second feature. The third feature is life only. That's what we're talking about distribution. Distribution, there are so many different way of doing the distribution of money. You have life only. Life only is the most straightforward. Also guarantee the most amount of money, because there's no guarantee that there will be money left after you die. Okay, so for most people, for if there's no heir, no children, they just want to make sure that they have enough money to until the day they die. So that's the simplest distribution. We have a whole bunch of other distributions, like we can talk about, life only is the simplest, and then we can say period 13, we can say life plus period 13, and the joint life, or those kind of things. We'll talk about it some other time, but the simplest annuity is the life only, which means that you only worry about yourself. The owner of the annuity will be guaranteed that the money will never run out as long as you live. Okay, so that's the thing. So now with this one, so there's two things. Number one, they're both pension plan. Number two, they are both have a mortality bonus or mortality or longevity credit, because money in the Social Security and the money in the annuity, they both pour the money together. So not everybody, because the simple reason is that not everybody can live 100 years old. So people who died early will subsidize the money to the people that live longer. Centenarian, for example. Okay, so those are the two things. They are straight. They are the same. The biggest difference is how do you invest the money into it. By law, Social Security, the only money is from the social payroll taxes. So if you get next time you get your payroll, you get your paycheck, they will come with a sheet. It will be guaranteed that there will be item called Social Security, and that's a payroll deduction. You will automatically take money out. The employer will do that for you, and then that money is the only source of a fund for Social Security. However, how to invest the money into it, where to invest money into, that's a totally different story. That's one of the biggest difference between Social Security and annuity. Okay, private annuity. Social Security by law has to be invested into a special issue of a treasury bond. So it's very conservative, very stable, almost, guaranteed payment, but also very, very little. The payout, the return rate is very low. Okay. If you don't want to risk, that's what you get, right? On the other hand, annuity can have a whole bunch of investment. They can invest into some securities, mostly bond, treasury, municipal bond, all kind of things. So that's why, even though both are the pension plan, the return rate is typically much higher than the Social Security return rate. So because that's one of the biggest things. Well, the other whole bunch of other things like a provider. If you look at the Social Security, the U.S. government is a provider. But for private annuity, there's the private insurance companies. Okay, the funding sources is that for Social Security is a payroll tax from workers and employers. And then for private annuity, it's lump sum premium from individuals. I'm going to put it on a table so you'll see that I don't have to read it out. So I think that's stop here.